And this is
Yeah.
we've identified that singular beast who is a king, who's of these seven. We've identified him clearly in Scripture. He's the one that's called Apollyon in Revelation.
When we could resume the dream of Apollo. The goal of SpaceX really was to make as much progress as possible to advance rocket technology to the point where hopefully we can establish a colony on Mars. Dream of Apollo.
And they had a king over them, which is the angel of the bottomless pit, whose name in the Hebrew tongue is Abaddon, but in the Greek tongue hath his name Apollyon.
Apollo.
Apollyon.
Apollo.
Apollyon.
And we could resume the dream of Apollo.
9. It's
Yeah,
literally described
exactly. He has a
Right?
kingdom of darkness. That's
here.
Apollyon.
It says he comes out of the bottomless pit, not out of the sky.
Yeah.
The weird part about it is space is so incredibly black, so incredibly dark. It's a bottomless pit of deep black.
Right.
No, but hold on. You're saying that, but
No,
when
this
when
text
he
says
comes,
this right here.
no,
I didn't say that.
You
The
said
text says
you
this.
said not out of the sky. That's what you
The
said.
text says he comes from the bottomless pit. That is not above us. That's below us, brother.
It's a bottomless pit.
Okay, so the space station, which I know a lot of people think it's being faked by men, but the space station has been falling for 20 years and it still hasn't got to the bottom. You realize that, right?
I don't think there's a space station up there. When people actually take a picture of it with high telephoto lens, it's just a retrofitted U-2 spy plane. It's not even anywhere.
No,
it
it's
doesn't even
not.
look like the description of the ISS, brother.
Yeah, it does. Have
No,
you
it
filmed it
doesn't.
with a Nikon P1000? I'll show you
People
my
that are-
footage right now.
People that I trust have shown it and filmed it, and it does not look like the space station.
I film it all the time.
Okay. Yeah.
The weird part about it is space is so incredibly black, so incredibly dark. It's a bottomless pit of deep black, almost so deep it almost has a texture when you look at it.
Wandering stars, to whom is reserved the blackness of darkness forever. Whom is reserved the blackness of darkness forever. The blackness of darkness forever. Well, I believe he's clearly talking about him. Because in the Bible, there's a place where there's darkness forever. And it's called hell and the lake of fire.
When you come in from a spacewalk, you're surrounded by the emptiness of space. It's sort of like the opposite of air. There's nothing there at all. When you quickly repressurize the hatch and you open up the hatch and you smell, what is that lingering smell from a place that used to be exposed to space? The smell in there is a little bit like that trace of a smell of gunpowder or burnt steak or sort of like brimstone, like a witch has just been there.
Brimstone, sort of that metallic gunpowder fired smell.
In this abyss of darkness,
You get that type of perspective. You see the fact that this is a complicated system that is subject to a lot of influences that is going on all the time. One of the influences that is affecting Earth itself, of course, is the beings that are living on it. Volcanoes erupting, but also the plant life and the animal life. We're obviously changing the climate at a global level. The key is who is going to be the person that's going to decide to change something.
Who? You ever read this? There's a story in there.
We can't wait for some other person to change it. They don't have the imperative to do it, especially if they're someone that we elected. If we elected, they're just our representative, and the real motivation comes to each of us individually. That's who has to make the change.
And that's the kind of thinking that leads to destruction. Soon.
You can't say they, or him, or her, or it.
No, you can. You can say him. Jesus. The only way.
It's us, or me, or I that has to make the change.
Nope.
And it's not going to be perfect.
It's going to be perfect.
And it's going to have to get a little bit critical.
Yes.
Before people are truly going to feel enough pain or enough compunction to actually change what they're doing.
Oh, maybe you have read this. That's what it says in here. In the same hour was there a great earthquake, and a tenth part of the city fell. And in the earthquake were slain of men 7,000. And the remnant were affrighted and gave glory to the God of heaven.
And things are going to get worse before they get better.
Things are going to get worse before they get better.
But I'm confident this isn't the end of the world.
Yeah, don't be so confident.
This is just a problem that we're facing.
No, not facing. Making. And you're at the center of the whole problem. What you and your organization do.
Get thee hence, Satan. For it is written, thou shalt worship the Lord thy God, and him only shalt thou serve.
My name is Emily, and my question is, how does it feel to know that you are floating in a piece of metal in an endless void?
Get thee hence, Satan.
And realize that we're on this very special place, and this precious island in this abyss of darkness, 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 in this abyss of darkness.